just doesn't cover them because it intend to mislead you, or do they just make real? He joins me now. Okay. The media just leaves things out, just doesn't cover them because it's bad for Biden. Is that it? It appears so, Stuart, and the perception is very real. There was a poll that recently came out where Americans were asked, do you believe that journalists and the media in general intend to mislead you, or do they just make mistakes? And 50% agreed that the media looks to purposely mislead in certain situations, while 25% say, no, actually, they're not trying to do that at all. So when half the country believes that you're intentionally misleading them, that's one thing. But when it comes to media bias and journalism, Stu, morphing into activism, the worst kind of bias is the bias of omission. That's the intentional act of preventing Americans from getting news that is worthy of coverage. And when we're seeing with Joe Biden, for instance, Karine Jean-Pierre, the White House press secretary, there was an analysis done by the Media Research Center, they're a right-leaning nonprofit, and they found that 2% of questions about Biden scandals are being answered by Karine Jean-Pierre. So in other words, 252 questions this year pertaining to Hunter Biden over a 6-month period, and she answered exactly 6 of those 252. There was 1 week in June where Donald Trump, the ABC, NBC, CBS evening newscast, which are watched by 20 million people combined, 291 minutes to scandals involving Trump, 0 minutes, 0 seconds to scandals involving the current sitting president. So you simply can't make this stuff up, and that's the way it's going to go up until the 2024 election. A lot of focus on Trump, Stu, very little on the guy currently occupying the Oval Office.
Entirely true. Joe, I just saw this. Axios reports that the president has a short temper and frequently lashes out at staff members with profanity-laden rants. One official says no one is safe. This is kind of an old story, Joe, that may be getting worse. What do you think?
Yeah, I think as this president goes into his 80s, the temper is shorter, and obviously he does this not only with his staff, according to Axios, but we see him do it with reporters quite often.